Hey, you guys, welcome back to Naughty Love Movement. It's your girl, Nikki. And today, I'm bringing opportunities for advertisement on my channel. If anyone is interested, they can email us at naughtylove2020@gmail.com. Our prices are affordable and reasonable. And please reach out to us. We can start our videos with any commercials that you would like us to advertise. I look forward to hearing from you. I'm out. One. Good morning, Naughty Crew. Welcome back to my channel, Naughty Love Movement. It's your host, Nikki, bringing you the latest and trending topics, and I vlog my life. I hope everybody's having a beautiful start to their day. I know I am. I had my sleep was kind of restless. Like I was up like mad early doing research. I couldn't even help myself trying to put this show together. Yes. But I had a good evening, spontaneous night. I ended up going to see Ghostbusters. Yeah. Yeah. It was refreshing to see though. It was classic Ghostbusters. Hold on one second, y'all. It was classic Ghostbuster, but this time it was like the old school meets the new school Ghostbusters and kind of bridging the gap. Yeah, yeah. It was a nice quirky movie for the movie for the night, and it was funny too. Yes, as you all load up in the room, please make sure you're hitting that like button. This is the free way to support the channel. This is how YouTube knows that we're here. Share my content, leave comments, engage with the channel. That is the name of the game. All right. Also follow us on all our different social media platforms. All of my social medias are scrolling on the banner below. And also donations are definitely appreciated over here. We do not work for free. Okay. Cash app, super chat, super sticker, all are welcomed. Okay. So today we welcome back to another episode of Diddy Do It? Or did he not? Yeah. Puppy been telling on his behind. Hold on one second. Let me see what this is. Juby bugging, thank you. Yes, we're gonna get into Diddy and also in Maryland, Baltimore, the bridge collapsed. It's just tragic. Like, so prayers out to everyone. What is going on in Baltimore? What is going on in Baltimore? So prayers out to everyone who is affected by this bridge collapsing. It speaks to the times. Shout out to Gossip in the City. But yes, the bridge collapsed. It makes you scared to even go over any bridge. You know how many bridges I went over? You know how many times I went over this bridge? Shell going to Philly. Yes. So prayers up to anyone that was on that bridge. But yes, the Baltimore Bridge has collapsed. And that just speaks to the government there in Baltimore. They're not really taking care of things. And that's the risk you take every time you go over a bridge. Like we're dependent on the cities and the states to maintain these structures. And obviously it has not been maintained. So prayers up. This story is developing. I'll keep my eye on it to see what comes out of it. If there's any people that lost their lives and things like that. But who would have knew? All right. So the bridge collapsed early in the morning after a large container ship hit a support column. So look, it was hit. I want to know who was operating that container. Hold on. I think I have one of it actually collapsing. Here we go. So you see the boat there heading straight for it. That's crazy. Someone had to be asleep behind the wheel for sure. Look at that. That is crazy.
Yes, sir. Already starting to arrive over here before the FDA headquarters.
Oh my god. All those people's lives lost.
Where I'm sitting from Morgan County Attack 31.
So prayers up to anyone who was affected by this tragedy. So sorry that happened. Looks like human error is at play here. All right, because somebody had to be operating that container. Like, what is going on? So I'm gonna go ahead and drop this intro. Thumbs up this video. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna give it to you raw. Clarence, make sure that you don't get fucked. Straight up. There's a lot of fucking going on in the entertainment industry, the music industry. Everybody's getting caught up into something. I'm cured now though, everybody. I'm cured. Everything's good. You know, y'all can have me over for dinner. Everything is good. I'm gonna give it to you raw. Clarence, make sure that you don't get fucked. Straight up. There's a lot of fucking going on in the entertainment industry, the music industry. Everybody's getting caught up into something. I'm cured now though, everybody. I'm cured. Everything's good. You know, y'all can have me over for dinner. Everything is good.
This diabolical maniac. He's been saying it out his mouth and telling on himself for years. What's up, Naughty Crew? Hey, Carol. Hey, nephew. Hey, Juby Buggin. Good morning, Bug. Good morning, Toya. Thank y'all for joining me. Make sure y'all thumbs up in this video. Welcome back to another episode of Did He Do It or Did He Not? Well, as you all know, we had breaking news yesterday. The feds and Homeland Security have raided multiple properties of P. Diddy. They raided Miami, they raided LA, they raided New York, I believe. He sure is a big dummy. He been telling on himself for years. He has been in plain sight for years, this devil. And I'm going to protect myself. Everything we discussed today is under the Fair Use Act and under educational purposes. I have not heard anything that Puffy P. Diddy Honeycomb Combs has been detained or arrested. Simply what happened yesterday was search warrants were executed. All right. So they did detain his two sons. We don't know if they were officially arrested, but they could have detained them just for questioning. All right. But That just goes to show the ain't-ish type of ninja Puffy is. Got his kids out there on the lawn in handcuffs. Okay, he don't give a fuck about anybody but himself. But this narc is being revealed. This narc has been being revealed. Good morning, Bianca. Good morning, Michelle. Yes. So I got a couple of updates that we're gonna go through. But I want to take a trip down memory lane because Jonathan Odie, he was running from Puffy. He said it in the interrogation. Okay. Puffy transmitted the herp, did a lawsuit, settled, and started harassing him because he was afraid of Odie talking. But Odie decided to throw a monkey wrench. He said, I need some protection. So I'm going to go blicky up the Trump Hotel, get myself shot and arrested. And I'm going to spill my guts. Let's take a trip down memory lane, Naughty Crew, because Jonathan Odie came out before Cassie, and shout out to Tisa Tells for putting us on. Okay, here we go.
And Ross and Khaled, they're all gay. Okay?
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, and P. Diddy?
Yeah.
They all gay?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
Khaled is a Hamas supporter.
DJ Rick Ross, DJ Khaled, y'all heard him. They all gay. They all gay. Part of the boule. Part of the boule.
Okay.
Who supporter?
Hamas.
Hamas. Yeah.
Sorry, I said it wrong.
No worries.
Hamas supporter. Okay.
Right.
I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot.
Oh, hidden in plain sight.
It's hidden.
I think I see what you're saying.
Okay, how do I know this?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How do you know this?
Do you know Sean Combs?
Puff Daddy?
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever you call himself these days. Yeah, go ahead.
Sean Combs, Puff Daddy, Pete Diddy. Love. Brother love. Come on with it, Jonathan.
Yeah, he's part of what's called the Boule.
The Boule.
The Boule is a branch of the Illuminati.
Okay.
It's the black people. Okay. I'm from Africa, so I'm not a racist. Okay. You my brother, so I like black people.
Okay.
My mom.
Make sure y'all hitting that like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Yes. We getting into the tea today.
I was raised by an African woman in my house. Okay. She was just a servant, but she was my she took care of me.
Right.
So I love black people.
Okay.
I had settlement with Sean, okay, against Donald Trump, okay, because he used to belong to their side. You understand? He used to belong to that illuminated group that I told you about, which is an elite group, okay, of individuals which run the whole country. All right. Basically, what I did you tell him did you explain to him about the message?
No, please elaborate.
On Thursday, turning to Friday, basically, I went to Donald Trump. I went through the gates. I took I jumped the fence, and I took the American flag, I put it in the front desk, and I blew the chandelier. Basically, what I did that for is to transmit a statement to the American people and to Donald Trump that we're not accepting any more corruption and abuse from their system of friends. Okay? Donald's still blind because he thinks that he let Hillary off the hook and she's okay. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm trying. Okay, keep going.
It ain't like that. The CIA and then they want to do the same thing that he did to JFK. Okay.
All right.
Why? Because they want the United States to fall. They've already been creating a state of chaos and confusion in the United States, and they want the United States to fall. Donald was against their.
Okay, so Odie, we've been through this interrogation in the past, but Odie alluded in this interrogation that Diddy is a part of trafficking ring. They traffic people, drugs, and whatever else they want to traffic. They use the yachts and the private jets. Odie said all of this in this interrogation 5 years ago. Now, where is Odie? All right, so I went in and I went and checked on Odie. because they've been pushing his court date. I believe they saving Odie and protecting him as a star witness. So here's his case information. The date this was filed was May 21 of 2018. His next hearing date is April 19th of 2024. His charges are Red Rum. I'm using that for you too. Red Rum 2, weapons, battles, assault, burglary, possession of a firearm. The list goes on. But I believe, because they not saying Odie dead yet. They not saying Odie dead. I believe they are saving him as a star witness. And I believe this last lawsuit with Little Rod put the nail in the coffin for Diddy, because he knew too much information about the underage girls, about them transporting DRUGSs, okay, trafficking and things like that. And that's why, like, from the very beginning, when Cassie dropped her lawsuit, when she mentioned trafficking, it was a wrap for Diddy. To me, I knew the RICO was coming. Good morning, Couture Bay. Let me say hi to my people. Good morning, Curves, Grand Rising. Bianca, better late than never, child. It's all good. We all multitasking. Hey, Andy B. Thank you for joining. All right, so Odie's court date right now is set for April 19th. They keep pushing it, and I believe there's a reason behind that, and I believe they trying to protect him. And I believe not only did he have a political agenda, Odie, I believe he did that on purpose so that he could get some type of protection, because Diddy was harassing him. He said that in the interrogation. I'll leave the link in my description box if you guys want to go view the whole interrogation. But we got other business. As you all know, Diddy's home was raided. He's been under fire for a minute. Okay? And we broke this yesterday. He is facing several lawsuits on many different levels. Yes, Handy B. I believe he's a star witness too, Odie. I believe him and Little Rod, and then all the victims that came forward with their civil lawsuits. I believe they all witnesses. I believe they are going to charge Diddy with a RICO. That is of my belief, my opinion. I'm entitled to it. It's America. If Diddy could get away with all these crimes all these years, I can have my opinion. Yes, I want to get into that. I want to get into governance, because not only a lot of people don't give governance the credit that is due to her. A lot of people just skip over to Sloan Bella, but governance has been calling this. Shout out to the governess. Please go over to her channel and subscribe. But she has been predicting this for a minute, not just Sloan Bella. And I got to celebrate my queen. I follow her on Instagram. Here we go.
Imported video, and she was under the assumption that it was the girls, her children, or her. She now understands that it was so much behind it, but they were threatening you. They told you, like, some people may not understand that, but she was not just going to be naming your shit. She was going to be naming a whole bunch of shit. And some of the things I believe were taken out of her book, because it was going to be dropping some names. And those same names, again, I will repeat, Cassie is not the only people with this evidence. There is video footage. There's documents, like very first Kim Porter video, and she was under the assumption that it was the girls, her children, or her. She now understands that it was so much behind it, but they were threatening you. They told you, like, some people may not understand that, but she was not just going to be naming your shit. She was going to be naming a whole bunch of shit. And some of the things I believe were taken out of her book because it was going to be dropping some names. And those same names, again, I will repeat, Cassie is not the only people with this evidence. There is video footage. There's documents, like very first Kim Porter video, and she was under the assumption that it was the girls, her children, or her. She now understands that it was so much behind it, but they were threatening you. They told you, like.
All right, governor's been saying it. All right, so I like to give credit to my queens. I love governors, and I have a lot of respect for Sloan, but you got to give credit where credit is due. She's been calling out Diddy-ish for the longest in detail, and governors is real. She the one that did some work on Jag and told her, go play. So please go over to Governor's channel and support her and subscribe. But she's been saying this for a while. And, it just makes you think, like, what are the other names was Kim going to expose? A lot of people are connected to Diddy. A lot of people are connected. And it makes you wonder who is next. Who's next? Those famous Diddy parties. Who's next? And let me tell you, Diddy operates a lot like Epstein, the blackmail culture. They get you all inebriated. So that they can get in awkward positions. Look at this picture. Look at the people surrounding him. Aaliyah, poor baby. Major sacrifice in the industry. Industry is evil. But it makes you wonder who's going to be exposed next. At this point, I just really feel like if you were ever in a room with Diddy, I think it's a lot of people shaking in their boots right now. Shaking in their boots. A lot of people shaking in their boots.
2016.
Who he's
The game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a black billionaires lunch. It's 2020, y'all. Yeah. And it's different than when it was 2016. The game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a black billionaires lunch. It's 2020, y'all. Yeah. And it's different than when it was 2016. The game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a black billionaires lunch. It's 2020, y'all.
Look, let me tell you something. Being a billionaire comes at a price. It comes at a price. But who else is going to be exposed as a result of this? I really feel like Diddy is not the type of person that's going to go down by himself. He don't even care that his kids caught up in it. Morning, Bree. He don't care that his kids is all caught up. And Bree, I saw your comment. No, the girls were not handcuffed. Only Justin and Christian. But they're bringing all of these charges or executing the warrant based on XEX trafficking investigation. All right. So, this made the internet erupt. All right. And then we'll segue into all the trolling that's been going on. We'll get into what Sloan Bella predicted. Here we go. Along with governance,
a complete and utter takedown of P. Diddy and his 3 right-hand men. Okay, 3. So there's going to be a takedown that comes in with that, and he's going to try to step away. They're not done. And here's another thing I'm being shown. His mouth is being sewn up. So when I see his face, the image I get is the mouth is being sewn up. So he is going to be unable to speak for some reason. I can't talk. I cannot speak for myself anymore. This to me sounds like a losing of faculties, a losing of thought, a losing of thinking. I cannot speak, but it's sewed up around his mouth. That's actually how I'm seeing it. They're going to stitch his mouth shut. When I ask her why his mouth is being sewn up, it's because of his mentors, and they don't want it coming out over here, even though some of them are outing themselves. These are old guys connected to old time, old style Motown. And she's showing me that he's being shut up from outing them or from speaking about them for some reason. So there's a hierarchy going on here, and there's a total takedown of him. He is being sacrificed. So he may think he gets away with stuff. He may think it's cool he does what he does, but now he's the sacrificial lamb. And I do mean that. There's something that comes up with him in March, speaking of the lamb, during the Easter time frame, March, April, right in that time frame. That's why I said lamb. There's something else that's going to come up with him. We are not done.
All right. So that's Sloan's account. And let me tell you, I've been on Governance channel. She gives Sloan a lot of credit. Governance, she just wish people would give her credit. And Governance, I'm here to shout you out, Queen. Because she been calling it. She been breaking it down for a minute as well. You have to go over to her channel and check it out. But after the raid, there were reports of Diddy's private jet. Leaked photo of Diddy's private jet, Love Air, grounded in Antigua. His travel is now restricted in the Caribbean islands. At the end of the day, he could travel wherever he wants. He's not under arrest yet. Yeah, I love the governance. Let me see. Let me get her link. I love the governors. There she is. Walk with the Ancestors. That's the name of her channel. Let me share this. Hey, be more shorty. All right, so he was spotted. His plane was grounded. It's no reports that whether Diddy was with the plane or not. Apparently, he was planning a trip for spring break for him and his family. All right, they're saying Diddy was captured on video pacing around Miami, Upalaka. I'm not sure how true this is. Hey Kim.
Hey, babe.
I'm not sure how true this is. Because you can't be in two places at once. Shout out to the neighborhood talk. Because this is my thing with it. If they had his sons in handcuffs, why wouldn't he be in handcuffs too? Like, so I don't know if this is new footage or old footage, but people are desperate to trend right now, so they dropping any old footage. But do y'all think Diddy gonna run? Do you think he'll run? So according to the footage captured by TMZ, Diddy was stopped in Apalaka. He was aboard a separate private jet than his entourage. However, Homeland Security arrived and Diddy is not under arrest at this time. I'm sure he's stressed out, but hey, that you reap what you sow. Hey Kim, you got any thoughts? All right, and of course, the trolls are trolling. We're gonna start off with 50 Cent. All right, you know he our favorite troll, and you know he lives for trolling Diddy. Every opportunity he gets. All right. So 50 Cent reacts to news of Diddy homes being raided. They don't come like this unless they got a case. So 50 Cent tweeted, he said, Ish just got real. The feds in all the cribs. Damn, they got the kids in cuff. You know 50 is crazy. And so then he posted, he said, now it's not Diddy do it, it's Diddy done. They don't come like that unless they got a case. He right.
Actually, the first ones here with about 30 different law enforcement vehicles at least. There are 3 Bearcats on scene here. This just all unfolded, Sandra, I would say less than 10 minutes ago. We got here even before the crime scene tape came up. So,
and when this all first started, 50 posted, the blood is in the water, the sharks are coming. 50 is crazy. Too bad people dance with the devil only to end up with nothing at the end. Yes, Curves. Curves says, too bad people dance with the devil only to end up with nothing at the end. Note to self, don't ever sell your soul for fame, period. Hey, be more shorty. Oh, condolences. I hope you weren't affected by the bridge collapsing, but if anyone in your family or your friends were affected, prayers to them. Ooh, nephew said he wasn't at the airport for no reason. I think it was an old video too, Carol. I think that's when the Cassie lawsuit dropped. That's what I think I remember that scene. But you see how the internet play games with you? Be more short. He said he was ready to flee, guilty as okay. Hey, happy Tuesday, Bianca. I think he'll go on the run. Exactly. He couldn't wait to speak out. Good morning, Curves.
Grandest of Risings, ladies. How
Good
are you
morning.
this morning?
I'm doing great. I can't complain. I'll
Right?
sleep better once I see a mugshot of Diddy.
Well, you know, I don't know that we'll see one anytime soon. His friend Russell got his summons yesterday, though.
Yeah, I heard he got served with another lawsuit by Miss Dixon.
Yeah, that's crazy. They found him in Bali and everything. So wherever Diddy is, he might get served, but he might not show up. I just don't appreciate him leaving his kids at home. So you know who had a great point about this? Piles. You know Piles? He loves when Britney Spears dances. He's hilarious. Anyway, he had posted yesterday. He's like, you know, when the feds were going to raid Mar-a-Lago and Trump Towers and everything, they called Trump's attorneys first and gave him a heads up. And he was like, do you think they did that for Diddy? And if they did, then maybe that's why he knew to get on the plane and leave his sons at home.
Mm-hmm. But you know, I really feel like they did that because Trump is a political. I mean, he's the former president, whether we like it or not. So he has certain protections in place. Whereas Diddy, he's a rap mogul.
Right, I believe that too. And then not only that, Trump has so many people that and the 1% that's pulling for him because he has to do their bidding. So they want to make sure that he wins no matter what. But Nadi, I had sent you a reel from this lady named Simone Redwine. She's an attorney and she broke it down. I sent it to you in text and in DM. But this is what I don't understand, you all. So there's certain there's certain countries you can be extradited from and certain countries that you can't. Is that why Russell went over to Bali, because he knows that they have no extradition? Because I can't understand. So if you have no extradition, you can still be served, though.
That's what I don't understand.
Me
We need
neither.
a
That's what I
legal
wanted to
expert.
talk about. I couldn't understand that part. Now I understand why they handcuffed the sons, because although they were under arrest, they detain them, so they don't get in the midst of the raid and try to hide anything, or anything like that. But I understand that portion, even though I think that was funky of him. But I'm just trying to figure out if somebody tipped him off, they don't know where he went.
I know. Where is he? Right? Why can't he come in for questioning? And I believe Diddy knew this was coming. That's why he fired his attorneys and hired Ghislaine Maxwell's attorneys. He knew what was coming. The writing was on the wall for months. For months. Here, I have your clip here, Kim. Let's have the attorneys break it down. Let's see what's going on here. Shout out to attorney Simone Redwine.
Oh, y'all. Diddy's LA and Miami residences were raided by the feds. What this means is that they were able to obtain a search warrant from a federal judge. In order to get a search warrant, that means you have to have probable cause. So that means the feds presented to the judge evidence sufficient enough for the judge to believe there's probable cause that crimes have occurred inside of Diddy's LA or Miami home, or both. Or there's evidence that would be used to support proof of crime. So basically, it's likely that a federal indictment against Diddy could be coming any day now. Stay tuned. Follow Attorney Simone Redwine on Instagram. Is that legal on TikTok? Is that legal on YouTube? Oh,
I
y'all.
wish we could get her up here, Nani.
Huh?
I wish we could get her on so we could all ask her questions about this case. Some of the questions that we trying to figure out about this case.
Exactly. I mean, we could DM her to see if she'll come on and be a guest. I'll totally reach out to her today. But even though Russell was served, how do we know that's not a trap to get him back in the United States?
Right. That's what I'm trying to figure out. All this stuff. It's so entangled and complicated. I'm just trying to figure out. It's hard for me to figure out the method behind the madness.
I get it. It's all very confusing, and definitely becomes confusing when you're dealing with international borders as opposed to just our national borders.
Right.
Things get a little murky. You know, Russell may think he's safe right now, but it's not stopping the United States for creating a treaty at Bali. You know what I'm saying? They can still go in and make some peace with Bali and extradite that behind back.
Well, it says that there was some kind of something in 2022. So China, Indonesia, Iran, Mongolia, Russia, Taiwan, Ukraine, Vietnam, GCC states, most African states, and most former Soviet states do not extradite to the US.
Got it. Well, I have another clip too of attorneys breaking it down. Let's see what they have to say. See if we could bring a little more clarity to this situation. I see the same things happening as.
What type of evidence do you need to present to the magistrate in order to get a search warrant to get someone's home or someone's phone, or what type of evidence would they need to present to a magistrate?
You have to have verified evidence that is more than just on the state level, which what we considered as a ham sandwich. Is anybody can make a ham sandwich. That's how easy it is to get a warrant to go and search a residence. So in this particular matter, all they had to present was, hey, we have X, Y, and Z. We need to go and search this residence because this may hold key evidence that we need to use in order to build a case. We have these sufficient facts. We have this track record that we need to verify based off of this particular evidence that we think that is located. Now they cannot just say, oh, we have this mountain of different information that we need. It has to be specific. They have to be specific in what evidence that they're looking for at this particular residence. So they cannot go on a witch hunt. So it has to be very specific.
Now, the FBI could have been the one fully to execute the warrant, but it was Homeland Security. Can you explain the difference between Homeland Security and just the FBI itself?
Oh, Homeland Security is, I mean, they are the individuals when there are terrorist individuals within this country. They're the ones that take on that investigation. And recently, I had Homeland Security contact me about a client who sold a business to what they're considered terrorists. So they investigate very high security level cases that are a threat to the country.
What type of evidence do you need to present to the magistrate?
All right, so it's not just FBI. You got Homeland Security involved. It just shows the nature of the seriousness of this situation. And I'm telling you, when Odie started talking trafficking, and then Cassie came, and then the underage girl filed the lawsuit, the Jane Doe who was forced to show her identity. She was trafficked across state lines and she was underage. That's when I knew, like, ooh, that Rico is coming. Okay, because R. Kelly did the same thing. Epstein did the same thing. So this is it's no plaything, but people are coming out of the woodwork from everywhere. Even Diddy's neighbors in Florida are trolling him, okay? And they said that he does too much. And I believe that to be the case. Please make sure y'all hitting that like button. Say Cheese TV.
I bring all the miners over here late at night. I live right next to him. He do too much. He be like buses, like big ass buses. You can see all type of shit hop out. especially at nighttime, like around 3 o'clock in the morning, it gets wild. I'm his neighbor. When my basketball go over there, I just let it be because I don't want to knock on the door.
Boy, if you don't shut up before you become a witness.
All the minors over here late at night.
Be quiet before you become a witness, sir. Off the hook. Off the hook. Also, we got Albie Shore speaking out. And I also have commentary from Diddy's former attorney. But this man has a history of violating people. But meantime, this man has been playing in our face, posting pictures like he's a family man and that he's all love. It is nothing love about this narc. All right, so I'll be sure. Shout out to Hollywood Unlocked. Shares his thoughts. He's been hitting at it since Kim Porter passing. Hashtag justice for Kim Porter. So I believe this is the beginning of a lot of domino effect for Diddy. I'll be sure shares a new post after Diddy gets raided by the feds. Is the math finally mathing? Here we go. And this is what he posts. 1 + 1 = you. Is the math finally mathing? Let me see.
Exceedingly critically ill. You
Hold on.
were so sick at the time when we met. You had something called acute on chronic liver failure, where your liver got so sick so quickly that most people with that severity of disease will die of their disease within 28 days. Around 90% of the people will perish. And so the fact that you were able to get through that is a miracle in and of itself. And to be so incredibly sick and then have to undergo such a massive operation with a liver transplant is also a testament to your, spiritual, psychological, as well as physical reserves that you have. Most people do not survive this. And you were as sick as a patient can be. You were on medications to keep your blood pressure up and your heart beating. You were on a ventilator to keep breathing.
Yep. So as we all know, Albie Shore almost lost his life. He mysteriously all of a sudden got sick after those post and delete tweets that he posted about in regards to Kim Porter. And let's not forget, Puffy stole his whole kid, his kid Quincy, from him. As a means of control. That's the type of diabolical maniac Puffy Diddy is. But the math been mathing for me, I'll be sure. The math has been mathing for me. I been knew he was a diabolical maniac. Let me remind you. Throwback. When Justin Bieber, who was 12 years old at the time, sang You Got It Bad to Usher, and then Usher delivered him to Diddy.
Did you already play that clip that they found of Wendy Williams saying somebody dragged Wendy Williams across the coals for saying the same thing?
No, I didn't play that clip.
Yeah, her clips are coming back up now too because she's been talking about this for a long time.
Wendy's been calling Diddy out for years, and what he do? Get her fired, retaliation tactics. I mean, Naughty Crew, you gotta understand the maniac we dealing with. His ego got beyond him.
I run shit. I run shit.
You still running?
Yeah, you do.
You still running
Little
it,
Rod
Diddy?
ain't worth giving his kingdom to if we don't control his publishing. I can solve his efforts with 3 other human beings. He's eating at our table, and I like his backstory, but you need to have other people. It's hard to work with him unless we have his power. He's a piece of shit human, but we do not need his talent unless we can work with him.
Yeah, go ahead, because I run shit here, nigga.
Okay? He think he runs shit. Let me tell you, Diddy ego got the best of him, just like all the other narcs, just like R. Kelly, just like Epstein. He thought he was untouchable. He thought he was untouchable.
Well, the people that he's like like the tip of the iceberg, you guys. Like, to me, I feel like even Epstein, he was the tip of an iceberg. There's like this huge machine behind them both that it's still going to be churning. They're just going to find somebody else to take the mantle. They're probably interviewing currently. We need to be keeping an eye out for similar behaviors in other industries and from other people. It might be, I don't know that it'll be a woman this time, because it seems to be part of the homosexuality thing, needs to be part of it. So we need to keep an eye out for that. It's crazy.
It's power
It's
and
crazy.
secrecy. It's power and secrecy. And that's what they get off on. Shout out to the spiritual world. But Cassie's lawyers also made a statement. Douglas Wigdor responds to raid on Sean Diddy homes. He said, "We will always support law enforcement when it seeks to prosecute those that have violated the law. And hopefully this is the beginning of a process that will hold Mr. Combs responsible for his depraved conduct."
Yes.
Bree, I just want to address a comment. I hear your perspective in regards to I'll Be Sure, but let me tell you, Diddy went after Kim Porter, and one thing I see as a common theme with him pursuing women, normally they're not interested in him. He forces them into a situation with him, all right, and then he goes on and adopts their children. How do we know I'll Be Sure wasn't blocked? How do we know I'll Be Sure wasn't alienated parentally?
Right.
He may be a lot of things, but I think he loves his son, and he has admitted that he has made mistakes and things like that. But I feel like Diddy is the type of man that would interfere because he has to have all the attention on him. Like, he's the type of person, like, let's just say he take on a partner with a child, he'll compete with that child's father and keep trying to use his money to one up that parent, to belittle them.
Oh, that's disgusting.
That's his personality, and I
Yeah.
believe some of that happens. So although I'll Be Sure had to take accountability for his lack thereof in parenting for Quincy, I feel like Diddy was driving his own narrative.
Oh, definitely. He
The
had
same way
all
he
the
was
cards. He had
adopted.
all the power. It's sad that he kept that man's son from him.
I'm sorry. I really feel like he kept this man's son from him. Just like I feel like in my belief, and this is allegedly, he had something to do with Wolf. I don't believe his Misa's son is his.
Ooh.
This guy gets off on power and taking over and taking what he wants.
And didn't he date one of his son's girlfriends?
Absolutely, he did. So if he's willing to do that to his own son, he has no boundaries. He has no limit. All right. Also, Aubrey O'Day spoke out. Of course, she's been very vocal, even though
Makes you pray. Makes you cry.
she got some flaws as well. She had to respond to the raid. She said, "What you sow, you shall reap." I pray this emboldens all of U.S. victims to finally speak on what we have endured. Hello? And she threw it back to Tupac. Okay, this man's crimes go all the way back to Tupac and Biggie. Hey, Bree.
Good morning.
To the panel.
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
I wanted to say
Good morning.
the only reason I said that I'll Be Sure thing, it was because I remember the Wendy Williams radio episode where she blasted I'll Be Sure because he didn't want to take care of that kid. He ignored Kim Porter when she revealed that he was the father because he was getting married to somebody else, his first wife or whoever she was. So Quincy is the same age, I think, as the other baby. He has like hood twins or something like that. So
got you.
I'm not saying he, Diddy is this amazing father, but I'll be sure played a huge role in not being an active father in his own son's life. It wasn't like she was just like, "Oh, here, Diddy, take my son." It was literally she went on the record. Kim Porter went on the record talking about how he was a deadbeat and all this stuff before his other children went on Growing Up Hollywood or something like that to say how their father was absentee and didn't want to be a father. That's that one. Thank you for putting the governess on. I don't give that inceptor any credit because she's a fraud. She's been stealing from our people. And if she was so good, tell us what's going on with Kate Middleton, Miss Mamas. Tap into that energy. It's weird she can't tap into that. And if you look into who that inceptor is tied to, you would not be giving her credit. What else did I want to say? And
Who? Sloan? Is she talking about Sloan?
Yeah, she's
yes,
talking about Sloan.
the inceptor. Yup. I don't give her no credit. She steals from black women, so no. And if you really look at the people they're going after, they're looking for one of the main men. And if you look at the main men, it's still going to be CD. CD is not going to go down because CD is tied to a bunch of people's publishing. He's tied to a bunch of people's royalties. He has a lot, and he's been in this industry since the industry was formed. And if you really look into the history of the artists, they all had some type of trauma hit and then they passed away. The only people who survived under his tutelage was Alicia Keys, Mary J. Blige, Elton John, of course, the people who are in trouble now, but they're trying to get to the top and they're never going to get to it. So when I see the Diddy's coming up, but they only plaster Diddy, but not Jimmy Iovine's name because he's under the same lawsuit as him, it's weird. When I see 50 Cent trolling Diddy, but you won't troll your homeboy Jimmy Iovine, it's weird. So it's already telling us what it is. So that's just how I feel about it. It's never going to end. I went larger curves. It's never going to end. It's possibly going to be a woman. I think it's going to be a white woman, and it's going to be a white woman we haven't seen in a really long time, Ellen. And so that's why it's just going to keep going. They're going to find a different way to do it. I do feel like the Me Too movement do hinder us a little bit from taking accountability, but that's another topic for another time, because if you really look at how he was able to get on the plane, the feds are tied into everything. If they really wanted him, he would not have been able to board a plane. This is all smoke and mirrors, guys. I don't think they're going to do anything. I think they're going to allow him the opportunity to leave the country and live his best life like Russell Simmons. Like, we're talking about all these things. Oh, he was served. There's serious predators who have been able to flourish, still amass a lot of money and live their lives, and they've done some heinous crimes, and nobody has extradited them. They have not called for the country to give them up. So it's just the game they're just playing right now, because it's hip hop's turn to go through it. When we start getting into the country music, watch how fast they just scroll on past. Pay attention. I'm serious, because this happens in every industry, to be quite honest. And the industry I want them to really look at, they're not going to do it, and that's the government. So
the biggest feeder of the beast.
Yeah. So until then, I'm entertained. I love a good scandal. And let's watch where the cards fall. I love you guys. Have a good night. Well, it's Tuesday. I'm behind.
Love you too, honey.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. She makes some really good points all the time. Thank you, Bree, for your thoughts. Please go over to her channel and subscribe. Also, please go over to Larger Curves and subscribe. And Kim delivers.
Thank you. See you later.
Always. Oh, you leaving?
Oh, is it not over? You usually do that at the end.
Oh, no. I just happened, pivoting. All right. And let's not forget his victim from 1999 that has recently spoke out. She was a a victim of his crime in the club with J-Lo. Okay. All right. So
Yeah, she got off scot-free. I mean, I wonder what she's seen. Didn't she date him for like a year?
No. This is the woman that was blickied in the face in the club.
Oh, that lady.
1991.
Yeah, I did a thing on her. That's scary.
Okay, but he was able to get away with it. Why?
Because CD.
And because he got the police officials in his back pocket. Period. And to me, that's the bigger crimes here. How come he's able to pay off law enforcement on all different coasts? Make that make sense to me. I also got P. Diddy's former attorney speaking out. You know, he got something to say. He gonna get his clout, and I'm gonna get mine too. Okay.
Mark, where is your shockometer on this?
Well, I'll tell you, it's quite a flex. It is a shock. You know, I've known Sean for decades, or at least over a decade. I've represented him, and I will tell you, it's a shocking turn of events. You know, I've heard a lot of speculation has to do with Cassie. It's got to do with Little Rod. I would venture to say, based on doing this for over 40 years, this is warp speed when it comes to the federal government. I mean, they are known for moving at a glacial pace, and, you know, coming on the heels of the lawsuit and the settlement and Little Rod's filing and things like that. It's just, that's what stuns me, at least, is that it was done this quickly, if in fact that is what triggered the interest of law enforcement.
Mark, where is your shockometer on this?
Well, I'll tell you, it's quite a flex.
And like Bree alluded to, it could be all a front, a show. You know, with all these crimes coming out and all these civil lawsuits, I'm sure the public is like pressuring for him to be arrested at this point.
I feel like this guy is lying. I feel like this guy allegedly might have known way more. If he's known him for 10 years and been around them for 40 years, then he might be part of the people sent to cover up whatever it is about other people's involvement. So here you have this guy in a suit talking about, oh, I'm shocked. You
They're
know,
all liars. They're all liars. Most lawyers are liars. They just know how to manipulate.
Well, we have been talking about this day coming for a while, Naughty. This is crazy. It's finally upon us.
It's finally upon us. And,
oh my God.
You know what? I'm going to keep my ears to the streets. I really, really feel like Jonathan Odie is going to be a star witness, a key witness in all of this. If they
He's
still have
alive?
I mean, according to Miami-Dade County, he got a court date coming up April.
Well,
I pulled up the record.
He better be in protective custody.
April 19th of 2024. So we'll see.
Yeah, because they're going to need some type of testimony that's non-melanated to ultimately get him, because or else it'll just be, you know, black on black crime. So they're going to have to get somebody like him. Even as crazy as that dude sounds, it sounds just enough crazy to be believable.
You know, when something sounds too good to be true, it makes me take a second look always, especially in the world that we live in, the smoke and mirrors. And I'm not quick to discount someone that's crazy. Because behind every crazy, there's some truth behind it. It's something that drove him crazy.
Orlando
This guy
Brown.
went from being a normal SCX worker, right? normal family life, and he only had his neighbor as a friend and his little dog. All right. He gets involved with Diddy. He ends up contracting the STD or STI, whatever you want to go with. He sues Diddy, wins, and then from there, Diddy has retaliation tactics.
Right.
I don't think that's far-fetched. I think it follows a pattern of behavior. And that's what I think is going on right now, is they're establishing patterns of behavior with Diddy from the very beginning, from when they filed the Cassie lawsuit. But it's been out there through the years how he's treated his artists. That man is getting sued. He's being sued by an inmate right now over stealing someone's song, At Bad, the one that he did with Young Miami. That guy is in jail suing Diddy for his publishing, and he didn't give him permission to use the song. That's how grimy this guy is. That is how grimy it is. But I'm gonna keep my eyes. You know, everybody is speaking out. Even Whack 100, Whack Ass is speaking out. Okay, in regards to Diddy. I will DM that attorney to see if I can get her to come on the show to kind of explain the legalities. But shout out to Hollywood Unlocked. Whack 100 speaks on Diddy and Meek Mill. I hope Diddy got rid of those photos and tapes. And see, this is what's going to be Diddy's downfall. The fact that he's a voyeur. The fact that he likes to record and keep evidence. Same thing with Jeffrey Epstein. Cameras everywhere, getting people in awkward positions.
And that ended up being what took down too. Kelly was the recordings, right?
Yep, the record is the voyeurism. That's what takes them all down. They so egotistical and narcissistic that they have to watch their crimes back. There's something sick, very sick and deep rooted about that. All right. So Whack 100 posted, for Meek Mill's sake, I hope Diddy got rid of those photos and tapes. So he is the laughing stock of America right now. 50 continues to troll. Brace yourself. This is a little vulgar, Naughty Crew. Here we go.
Puffy, you stupid ass nigga. I told you stop fucking with R. Kelly. I said grab them in the pussy. Don't kidnap the pussy.
Okay, so Trump.
Wait a minute. Now hold on a second. Hold on a second. Are you all sure this is really him saying that, especially the N-word?
Oh,
that was the AI probably.
That was probably
I know it's got to be an AI.
Yeah. Even though he would, I bet he would. If somebody said you can't say it, he'd be like, he'll start saying it. And
yeah, but you know, I bet you would too. But I just don't think that's him. But yeah, but that's funny though. That is really good.
He'll drop a new set of sneakers.
He'll drop a new set of sneakers with the hard R on there.
Yep.
I really just think this is old video footage. But what's done in the dark is coming to light, ladies. I'm gonna keep my eye
old video footage right there. That's when Cassie.
That's what I thought.
It first came out, and then his nerves was bad and all the rest of that because he was sitting with his lawyer. I remember exactly what he had on, and then he was sitting with her. His hands was in his head, and then he started walking around. He got up from her, started walking around like he had some heavy stuff on his mind.
Well, he really got the weight of the world on his mind now. His mind, his shoulders. And if the government lets him get away this time, I because I already have very little faith in our justice system. To be quite honest, I don't feel safe in America.
Right? Yeah, you're the only one.
Okay, because they let monsters like this harvest. Harvest. And he could have been stopped a long time ago. Candace Owens is even giving her thoughts, even though we can't stand her.
Yeah, what did that old chickadee say? I was almost going to call her something else, but not that. Chickadee.
I don't mind Candace.
You know what? She has a right to her point of view. She has a right to her beliefs. She just has some very strong ones. And
very strong.
That's it. And shout out to the neighborhood talks. Candace Owens believes Diddy is the fall guy of the STX trafficking ring. They are raiding to hide evidence, not to find it. And this speaks to Couture Bay's point.
Yes, that's what Couture said.
Yep. So the feds are currently raiding Diddy's house. They already knew what he was up to, but he is going to be the fall guy so that they can protect the people at the top of the ring. They are raiding his home to hide evidence, not to find it. That's how this works. Okay?
Right. Well,
It's
you know
all
what? I believe
out.
that because it's, Epstein, how he was unalived, okay? Out of
Mhm.
nowhere, okay? Even though he had to watch and everything else, they had removed anything from him harming himself, but all of a sudden he was unalived. I believe
Yeah,
that.
this is after he did his first bid down in Florida where they allowed him to leave every day to go work and still function.
Mm-hmm.
Then he would have to go back to the prison. So our government is very quirky, so to speak. They're gonna protect who they gonna protect.
Mm-hmm.
And Diddy is just the next ninja on the chopping block that's gonna take the fall. At first it was Bill Cosby, then it was R. Kelly, and now you have Diddy. Now you have Diddy. Yeah, I haven't heard any reports of his mom. I don't think Diddy's mom is an old school gangster. Okay. Wasn't she a madam?
Was she?
Yeah, she was a madam and the daddy was a drug dealer.
Was Miss D her top bitch?
Uh-uh.
Mama D wasn't her top one?
Uh-uh.
That's I had no idea his mom was like Miss D in charge of the trap house.
Exactly. She's number one contender. I mean, come on. Did you see how she be kissing her son on the mouth?
No, wait. I'm Googling this as we speak.
I'm telling you.
So how do I refer to her as Puff Diddy's mom?
Janice Combs.
Oh, Janice. Thank you. Kissing Puff. Let's see. Oh yeah, they do a little.
They kiss on the mouth.
Oh, kiss his mother, Janice. Oh, and she's still with us, huh? She's
definitely still with us. And Young Miami Bird Brain behind, she spoke out as well. I'm just like, girl, go sit down.
What'd she say?
She said something along the lines like, because somebody was like, "Where's Miami when all this dropped?" And she was like, "Here I am."
She's so ignorant.
She is so slow.
Is she still dating him?
No.
No, according to her, she got a new man chill.
Are her nails still white?
Haven't been paying attention much. Because she's boring to me.
Yeah, and then she dropped him when he like a hot potato when all this stuff started coming out with Cassie.
Okay.
And she made a statement that kind of separated herself from him.
Good.
Yeah, but she done ruined her and her homegirl career though. Meantime, like all for what? To date a fake billionaire.
A fake billionaire?
A fake billionaire. Mm-hmm. He a fake billionaire. Like Ciroc, he was just the face of it. He didn't own it.
Yeah, right.
Now, so we do need to get your legal lady on here because we need to find out what are the ramifications of Homeland Security being involved. Because yesterday when it broke, we were talking and somebody was alleging that for specifically Homeland Security to be involved, it's a wrap.
Wow. And I believe Homeland Security had to get involved because we're dealing with international borders, right or wrong?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
And I find it all ironic that he's going through all of this and Big Meech is due to come out of prison next year. And a lot of bad boy the BMF, they funded money, they funneled money through Bad Boy back in the day. Like Diddy got a lot of like drug dealer money behind that label. Okay, Couture Bay said Homeland Security deals with domestic issues.
So I wonder why they said it was a wrap.
They said they deal with domestic terrorist issues, not just domestic.
Oh.
But even if we take down Diddy, will the trafficking ring end? I doubt it.
No, it's not going to end.
Until
It
they get
hasn't
the head.
stopped. You know, if it hasn't stopped, we just need to, like I said, be looking up. If we care, we need to be looking out for who's next. Like, I was wondering, honestly, you guys, if you was next, because he went and visited Bali and just came off of the Las Vegas residency and stuff, and he's the one that delivered Bieber to the guy anyway, right? So I was wondering if he was that part of getting next? I don't know.
I don't know. But Young Miami, she posted after the raid, she said it's gonna be a fun summer. So that
She's so ignorant.
she is ignorant. Couture Bay said they funnel money through all labels. The drug dealers, they did.
Oh, for sure, because that's how they launder it and everything else.
But
and try to make it untraceable.
Exactly. Wait, what? Just one second. Yeah, here it is. Let me show y'all. Young Miami, she's a bird brain. Sorry. I said it. She's a bird brain. But you know, DJ Academics took this opportunity to troll her. That boy gives me, you know, the boy on the playground that's always like trying to rough you up because they really like you and they know they can't have you. That's what DJ Academics reminds me of. Like he want Young Miami so bad, but he knows she'll never go for him. So this person posted, "Where's Carisha at after the raid happened?" Right, and shout out to It's On Site. And Young Miami responds, "Right here. What's up?" And this person, Young Miami goes to respond, "This ninja for real just dipped on me." She just be saying the dumbest stuff. Young Miami going to meet Diddy in Antigua. And so then she posted, "This finna be a fun summer." All right, Miami. You like it, I love it, girl. She tried to get up here and garner sympathy for us, talking about she was crying about her baby dad that passed on, girl. Talk about you being mentioned in that lawsuit, girl. You a possible witness. Be More Shorty said dodo bird. Let me see what the comments are saying. Be More Shorty also said Mama Janice and Justin has the entities for Bad Boys Love Records along with Deleon in the clothes. Okay, and Bianca says Homeland Security is the Department of Defense that handles human trafficking.
It seems, I don't know why that didn't click for me. Maybe because Homeland Security seems like an after 9/11 thing, and trafficking's been around forever.
122, 431.
Trafficking been around since the transatlantic slave. Like this is not new.
Yeah. So, like, how did they get in charge of that department?
It's
Well, that's just like well, in my estimation, trafficking is like a terroristic thing. It can be looked at it like that.
Be More Shorty said Carisha was on X being a dodo bird. Couture Bay said Carisha always wore white nails. As far as I misspoke. I don't like JT. I like the direction of her career. I think the best thing she could have did was separate from Young Miami right now with all this heat coming towards Diddy, because right now, at the end of the day, Carisha is always going to be attached to Diddy right now until he goes away. Now there's no proof that Young Miami participated in any crimes, But I just think Young Miami was this the freak of the week. Like that, he met his match. She down for whatever. She one of them chicks. She admitted openly she like getting peed on. So I can only imagine what else she'll allow.
Yeah.
So yeah. I'm sure she has many other businesses. I think she like resells her designer clothes. What else is she into? She got her new reality show coming out. Anybody gonna watch? I'm just not that interested in her to watch. And it's nothing about Diddy. It's just like when she had Carisha Please, like I couldn't stand watching her. And I get that she's young and things like that, but for her to compare herself to Oprah is this beyond me. I felt like she had a long way to go. Okay, Bianca feels like she about to be subpoenaed. She said hashtag hot girl subpoena. All right, you guys. Well, that's it for the updates. The footage of that's circulating about Diddy walking around, that is from the Cassie lawsuit. That is not recent. And they said his private jet was landed in Antigua. So how could a person be in two places?
Mm-hmm.
Is beyond me. But I'm gonna keep my eye out on the developments in this story. I'm interested to see what the search warrant produces. Like, what type of evidence did they gather, and is it enough evidence to bring charges at this point? I mean, he's still a free man according to the law, but time will tell. I'll keep my eyes on the story. Kim, what are your final thoughts? I'll reach out to the lawyer to see if she's willing to come on.
Yeah, that'll be cool because we got questions.
We got questions.
That's it, darling. I'm just over here with my popcorn. You know what I mean? That's all I am, just watching. Just wait to this thing, watch to see how it unfolds.
Exactly. Curves, you got any final thoughts?
Well, just praying for the people in Baltimore, Maryland, who are on
Absolutely.
their way, minding their own business and are in the river now, and hoping that anybody that was involved in this, especially minors and his kids and Kim's daughters, are all divinely protected and that they get out of this, reasonably unscathed. And that this swift arm of justice that they seem to be able to finally get moving on melanated people, hopefully they can get it moving equally as swift and harsh on the counterparts that make it oh so easy for it all to be possible in the first place.
Yes, and I mean, silence creates more victims, and people really need to start reporting crimes, and stop covering up for these monsters, so that we can end this trafficking culture that has been going on for centuries.
Yeah,
Right?
like no more face tattoos from your trafficker, okay?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I'm getting off of here. I love y'all.
I love you, Kim.
Love you too. See you all.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, ladies.
Have a great day.
You too. So prayers up to my peoples in Baltimore, who were affected. I started the show with this. This is just crazy. But a ship collided into the bridge and caused it to collapse, and people have lost their lives. It just makes you feel anxious. So prayers up to all the families that were affected by this bridge collapsing. I'm also keeping my eye on this story. Oh my God. Look, it's just like it took that one structure to get hit for the whole thing to just collapse. And this bridge is the segue for people in Baltimore to get to a lot of other areas. So I know I've driven across this bridge living on the East Coast. I have family in Delaware. So prayers up. I'll keep my eye on this story to see what develops out of it. I appreciate every last one of you joining. And if you have not already, please hit that like button. And I'll keep my eyes on the Diddy story. A lot of people feel like the government is just trying to save face and they're just doing this as protocol, and he's going to be the sacrificial lamb for the SDX trafficking industry. Okay, B More says the Key Bridge is so raggedy. Yes, B More Shorty said I don't like the Woodrow Wilson Bridge either. Mm, mm, mm. This is the year of exposure. Everything's coming out the woodwork, and we're gonna be here for it, Naughty Crew. Please make sure you hitting that like button, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Make sure you go support all our peeps. Kim Delivers, Logic Curves, Couture Bay. It's just a lot going on. And Naughty Crew, as you move through your day, make sure you
Ever in life, I stand on business. You drop me somewhere, I stand on business.
make sure you stand on business 10 toes down and do not get
Been swallowed up, swallowed up.
don't get swallowed up by the evils of the world. And to all my haters, I thank you too. You keep the wheels turning over here. So appreciate y'all.
And I wanna say thank you in case I don't thank you enough.
I hope you all have a beautiful, beautiful. Y'all crazy. Yeah, Alexa, bring them out, bring them out. Bring them out, bring them out. Yes, bring them out, bring them out. I love you all. I hope you all have a beautiful, beautiful, blessed day. Until next time, Naughty Crew, I'm out. One.